Hey Pisces, welcome to your April love reading. This is going to be a love reading for the month of April for Pisces Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right on in here and see what is coming up for our lovely Pisces friends. Let's see what we're going to get here. I'm laughing because this is very interesting. I have not really had this happen to me in the love readings consistently, but as I'm doing the love readings for April, for the different signs, I've been having songs pop up in my head. Okay, I don't think it happened for the first couple of ones, but every one thereafter, there's been a song popping up, and the one that I got for you guys is a Spice Girls song. That if you want to be my lover, you got to get with my friends. So I don't know. I'm interested to see what your reading is gonna be. But some of you might be kind of like, maybe in the past you've had relationships where your partners haven't respected your friends, or you guys have had very different friends, and so maybe either in an existing relationship or as you're manifesting a new relationship, you're wanting not just a relationship, a love relationship, but like somebody that you can socialize with, right? So, and maybe you're not like, you know, hell-bent on a specific set of friends. Maybe you're just wanting to be able to find friends together, like find couple friends or something. Maybe you're just wanting to get out more, and maybe you're kind of just coming to that phase where you're like, yeah, I want to have a partner, but I want us to have a social life too. I don't want it to be just us all the time. But I don't know, we'll see. I'm sure that's the tip of the iceberg. I'm sure there's a much deeper meaning that will unfold as we're connecting here. All right, so we got Knight of Pentacles. And so Knight of Pentacles is a card that tells us that love life is coming into stability. It's coming into stability. When I see Knight of Pentacles, it's letting me know that we're dealing with energy where there's a pretty good level of commitment here, right? Like, so either it's an existing relationship or you're manifesting or calling in someone who's going to be around for a long, long time. You know, possibly even potentially forever. Because Knight of Pentacles is that energy, you know, slow and steady wins the race, committing, doing what needs to be done to make things work. Very, very stable, very committed, very like long-term, thinking about the future, and building a life, building a foundation. Okay, so it's calling in that really, really steady energy. Another very interesting thing for me about Knight of Pentacles is sometimes Knight of Pentacles is like the sleeper kind of you know, romantic experience, and I'll explain what I mean about this. There's some cards that come in and it's like, you know, like Knight of Wands or King of Wands or Ace of Wands, and we know there's like this intense like right off the bat, it's like you all just can't wait to just rip each other's clothes off. And then there's some times we might have the energy of the relationship where it's like the Devil card, so we know that it's an energy where it's like this person's bad news, like really really bad news, but you can't seem to leave each other alone. And so Knight of Pentacles to me makes me feel like the foundation of the relationship, either an existing relationship or one that you're calling in, is maybe somebody who at first came in as a friend. Okay, that doesn't mean that there wasn't attraction there. That doesn't mean that you didn't see that person and go, oh, hello, who's that over there, right? But it just means that the relationship developed in a way where it was a little bit more like just respectful and taking the steps, and like maybe being a little bit more old-fashioned, and not being in that energy of like, you know, hooking up, right? Or anything like that. It was like, let's get to know each other, let's have some conversations, you know. So some of you are going through that right now. All right, some of you are somebody is in your life right now. For some of you who are single, there's somebody in your life right now who's trying to do this with you, and you haven't realized it yet, because maybe you're just very used to those people who just kind of come in and they're like, you know, they just kind of come in and they're like, right off the bat, very flirty or very forward, and this person's being respectful. This person's like just trying to really get to know the real you. And so you might even be surprised when they do finally approach you, because you didn't know, you didn't realize, you just thought that this person was being polite or this person was being nice. But the interest here is for something long term. The interest here is for something stable. So that's that energy. And maybe that's why the Spice Girls song came up. But whatever the case, Pisces, I feel like something is happening here with your love life, where there's gonna be this opening up of the heart chakra, where you're getting very, very comfortable with, or you're beginning to get used to letting people in and letting people connect with you in an emotionally close kind of way. And I know, Pisces, you guys are really in touch with your feelings. I know this. I know this. I know Pisces are very clear about what they're feeling and how they're feeling. Pisces are not typically afraid to love, but it could just be that you've been burnt or you've had things happen in the past. So now it's this energy of where it's like the universe is trying to help you really open up and let friends in and let relationships in. And maybe some of you in the past, maybe your relationship was the person that you spent most of your time with, and now you're expanding, or you're coming into situations where you're going to be able to spend time with groups of people, including a partner. All right, so influencing factor here is Two of Wands. So this is choices and decisions. All right, choices and decisions. So Two of Wands is also partnership. So there's a relationship here. There's a relationship here, but there's also a sense of partnership or working together. Again, so some of you have a relationship where it's beginning to move forward. It's kind of, past the whole like honeymoon phase, which, don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean that you all aren't still in love. It doesn't mean that you aren't still attracted to each other. It just means that you're in that serious energy of really thinking about the future. Things like, having children, buying property, saving for a retirement, growing roots, getting settled, all that stuff. And you might be making decisions together or working together to make that happen. Some of you might be thinking like you're calling in a partner who's not just gonna be a romantic partner, but like you are gonna have this really amazing friendship with one another, and you're gonna come up with projects and plans and ideas and things to do together. Some of you are either in a relationship or manifesting a relationship where you all are not just going to be a couple, but you all are going to be like business partners in some way. Maybe you're launching something together in terms of business. I'm hearing power couple. You might even be joking about being a power couple in some way, but this is really solid energy, Pisces. This is super, super solid energy. Karmic factor or karmic influence is the Moon. Pisces, it's your card. It's you. Look, Pisces. Say hello to yourself. It's the Moon card. The Moon card is associated with the zodiac sign of Pisces. So this is letting us know, Pisces, that you're really connecting with your intuition right now. You're really becoming comfortable in your own skin. You're really coming into your seat of power. Okay, and so you're really, like I said, opening up and letting people in. It's not just going to be your partner, it's going to be other people as well. You all are establishing like your own little community beginning in April. So I'm going to sneeze. One moment. Excuse me. Whew. You all are establishing a new inner circle. So some of that might be for those of you who are in a relationship. You might be letting certain friends go, not like in a dramatic way. Maybe you're just little by little like phasing out from them because maybe certain friends haven't been respectful to your relationship, or they're just kind of like not in the best vibration, right? And so you all are making new friends together or going on these new experiences together. Some of you who are single, you're kind of realizing there's certain friends who've maybe brought some doo-doo energy into your life, or they've tried to set you up, or they've tried to fix you up with people who are no good for you, or whatever it might be, and you're realizing that, okay, well, I'm not gonna connect with love through this person because of the energy they're bringing in, or they're like distracting my love life or negatively influencing it in some way. So a lot about friendship and relationship is coming in with Pisces, okay? And also about a lot of you Pisces are either in the relationship or manifesting the relationship where it's like my partner is my best friend. Like just really, really, really like lifelong best friend. I just thought of the movie Up and I want to cry now. Like I just also want to cry. I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Up with the old couple. Like that kind of love. That kind of love. Let's see here. So the past as it pertains to your situations is you're putting heartaches behind you. If you can see the spiral in that card behind the heart, it just jumped out at me. So the spiral is a symbol of ascension. It's rising up or rising above. I don't know if you can see the spiral, those circles behind that heart with the swords in it. Three of Swords is obviously a card about sadness, about like betrayal, about, being hurt. But it's showing up in a good spot because it's showing up in the past. It's not showing up in the present. It's not showing up in the future. It's showing up as being behind you. So a lot of you are finally healing and being able to put behind you any disappointments, any betrayals, any unfaithfulness that maybe was making it very difficult for you to move on in your love life and to have a happy love life or healthy love life, because maybe you were just kind of like just very afraid, and now you're healing and you're putting it behind you so that you're going to be able to really fully open up to love. This also gives me the sense or the feeling that the worst of it is over, the worst of it is behind you. So if some of you have been struggling to get over someone, April's the month where it's happening and you're moving on. This card is telling us where your energy is going to be when you're watching this video. So if you're watching this video before April, beginning of April, mid-April, end of April, whatever it might be, this is where your current energy is as you're watching this card. This is the Hierophant. This is commitment and this is stability. So a lot of you are making a promise to yourselves where you're like, I'm not settling for anything less than what I deserve, and therefore you are manifesting it. Some of you are manifesting a marriage soulmate. Some of you are with a marriage soulmate. And you're really, really aligning with people who share your values. Okay, those of you who had that Three of Swords in the past, you probably weren't having the best of luck because you were around the wrong people. You were around lower vibrational people, or people that didn't share your ethics, or didn't share your beliefs, or didn't share your principles. And that is changing because you're coming into that energy. It's becoming more like pronounced in your life. You're being more sure of it. You're feeling it more. You're making that commitment to yourself, and therefore you are manifesting true commitment in your life. Some of you might be in a relationship or a marriage or something that you kind of went into because you felt like at the time it was the right thing to do, but you weren't sure if it was going to last. Like you wanted it to last. You were hoping it was going to last, but you weren't sure. You were like, I don't know. Let's hope for the best. I'm going to see what happens. And things are happening this month where you're realizing, you know what? This was a good decision. This was a good decision. This is going to go somewhere. This is going to happen, right? Some of you are coming out of a very toxic relationship or difficult relationship. Therefore, the Three of Swords was behind you. And then the Hierophant is coming up as, again, like you're just making a promise to yourself where you will not settle for less than what you deserve. You are not going to go through that riffraff again. All right, so next, this is very interesting, guys. I've shuffled this deck a zillion times, and this card is coming up in like near the present moment for many of the different signs. It's coming up in a very similar spot. So this is giving me a sense or a feeling that something is happening planetarily. As these shifts are happening, you're going to have to make decisions, guys. Relationships are moving ahead. For some of you, it's like somebody stepping up to you and asking you out. For some of you, you're in a relationship. You guys are making plans for the future. You know, things are becoming, you know, coming into a new level, whatever that might be. An Eight of Swords is like all of a sudden you're afraid. You're afraid to move forward. You're afraid to take the chance. You're afraid to take the risk. You're afraid to go through this change. And Spirit is trying to say it's time for you to do this. You can't stay blindfolded out in the middle of nowhere forever. It doesn't work. It does. At some point, you're going to have to move. At some point, you're going to have to pee, if nothing else, right? Like, something is going to happen. You can't stay there. You can't stay there like that, right? You're not even that stuck. Look at this picture. This is ridiculous. Like, that ribbon's not even around her that tight. She could easily wiggle out of it. She can take off that blindfold. She can, you know, come out from that little, like, not even cage, whatever that's supposed to be. She's not stuck. She's just, like, not taking action because she's afraid to do it, right? But when we're in that fear energy, it's not going to work. Like it's, you need to move forward. So Spirit is letting you know that the opportunities that are coming in, or the steps that you and your partner are being guided to take, it's time to take them. Okay, you're not stuck. The obstacles that you think are in the way really aren't in the way. Your power in the situation, ooh, I love this. I love this, Pisces. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, so Pisces, you guys are kind of known as like a psychic sign. You guys are known as being a very intuitive sign, okay? And this card here is asking you to come into your intuition. It's asking you to come into your higher connection. And that's what's going to help you with the decisions moving ahead, because you're going to have some very big decisions moving ahead. There's something else I want to show you, which is really, really cool. And this happened for Capricorn, okay? And I did Capricorn's reading a while before I did your reading. Plus, in between that video and this video, I had like a billion zillion readings, private readings in between, where I used this deck. So this deck was shuffled many, many times, but you have something very similar that happened with Capricorn. So maybe some of you are dealing with Capricorn, or maybe some of you are with a partner who has Capricorn in their moon sign or rising sign. Okay, so this here is soulmates. This here is the exact match, because we have the priest and the high priestess. We have the masculine form and the feminine form of the same energy. So a lot of you are in that connection. Some of you are already with this person, and some of you are in this energy where things are circling around and you're going to unite very, very soon. But you're manifesting the person that is just on the same level as you in terms of beliefs, goals, opinions, ideas. And that Eight of Swords came up. The universe is saying your partner has arrived, your counterpart has arrived, your connection is here. Make use of the energy. Move forward. Don't be stuck. You've waited so long to manifest this, and now that it's here, make use of it, okay? Your partner or your love interest in this situation may be seeing you as the Knight of Swords, okay? Knight of Swords has very positive attributes, such as being very like intelligent, coming from a place of love, wanting what's best for their loved ones. When they've made up their mind, they're ready to take action. So there's a lot of really good attributes of the Knight of Swords. But sometimes Knight of Swords can be a little heavy-handed. Sometimes Knight of Swords can be very opinionated, and they might feel like, we have to do things my way because there's something you haven't realized, there's something you haven't seen. I know what needs to be done. It needs to be done this way. You need to trust me. You need to listen to me. So in some ways, you could be dealing with a partner who in some ways is feeling a little bit like you're steamrolling over them, or vice versa, Pisces. But because it's coming up in this spot, in this situation, I feel it's more that you really, really, really wanting to bring in guidance, or telling somebody, I have a feeling, my intuition is telling me this is what needs to be done. You may be correct. You may be right. I'm not saying that you're not right. I'm just saying that it might come off to your partner like, you know, you don't trust their judgment, or you're going to do what you want to do, or you're going to insist on things being done in a certain way. And so I always say with this card, you know, bring in a little bit of sugar, you know, bring in a spoonful of sugar with that medicine. It'll go a really long way. And maybe, you know, for your love interest or your partner, give them some encouragement. Let them know, like, when they have good ideas or ideas that you like, let them make some decisions as well. And again, I'm not saying, Pisces, that like you're controlling and that you're making all the decisions. It could just be that you're in a situation where you feel very strongly about what needs to happen, and you might be correct. You might be 100% correct. It's just a matter of how you're going to address that with this person, or how you're going to be able to make it happen. Okay, how you're going to be able to move forward in a way where it's not just kind of like, well, move over because I'm driving this car. Like, buckle up and shut up, you know, so it's not coming off in that way. This is really excellent because the next card is letting us know what you're manifesting here. And you're manifesting this Four of Swords energy, which is stability, okay? Some of you are manifesting marriage, or you know, like moving in with somebody, creating a home with someone. Some of you maybe are with a wonderful partner, but you didn't get to have the wedding that you wanted, and so maybe like you're manifesting, or things are happening financially where you're thinking of maybe having some kind of sometime in the future, like a renewal of vows and some kind of a reception because you didn't have it before. Some of you are just manifesting somebody that you can create a solid life with, solid foundation with, and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Have a good time. Again, Four of Swords is very much a card about socializing. So you're just wanting to have like a community of people, or a community of friends that you and your partner associate with, right? That's social energy. That's celebratory energy. Ooh, Pisces, your outcome here is King of Pentacles. So King of Pentacles is a really great card. To me, it's very much stable energy, growing roots, getting planted, the Midas touch, that which you touch turns to gold, right? So the works of your hands are going to be flourishing at this time. This includes your relationship. Your relationship energy is coming into a time of flourishing, into being successful, into really being firmly planted. There's also aspects of the relationship that are bringing in business opportunities or abundance opportunities. You're going to be able to get smart about the financial aspect of things, which is also, right, a factor in your love life, because let's face it, people need to you know, pay rent and mortgage and be able to eat and, you know, pay the light bill and all that good stuff. So a lot of you are attracting a very, 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 very stable partner. And something just hit me and I got chills. Something just hit me and I got crazy chills. Crazy, crazy chills. What was the first card, remember? They're kind of out of order. The first card was Knight of Pentacles, remember? And then the issue or the concern that your partner had about you was that maybe like you didn't trust what they were doing or their ideas, or you wanted to do things specifically in your way. And then your outcome was King of Pentacles. So I'm going to say what what I feel here. Maybe Pisces, in the past you've been let down. And maybe that's why you're very comfortable with, you know, trying to make suggestions of how things should happen or how things should be done. Maybe in your life, you've always had to be the one to figure things out. You've always had to be the one to fix things or to fix problems. Okay? And so that's just the way life was. But your partner, or the person that's coming in, showed up as Knight of Pentacles. You showed up as King of Swords. Knight of Pentacles is trying to do their thing, and then Knight of Swords is coming in like, out of my way, we're going to go this way now. Follow me, right? But if you let Knight of Pentacles do their thing, they're coming into King of Pentacles. They're coming into King of Pentacles. All right? So you're establishing that energy, or you're manifesting that energy. But you kind of maybe need to step out. And in Pisces, I say this with love. You need to step out of your own way and let it happen. It's like a seed has been planted and it's trying to grow. And you might be like, no, you're growing the wrong way. You should grow this way. You should grow that way. You might be like tying sticks and wires to it and trying to form it in a certain way. And that could crush the plant. Right? But if you let it do its thing, it can grow up into this amazing tree and give you lots of shade and give you lots of fruit or whatever it might be. You gotta let Knight of Pentacles become King of Pentacles. But Knight of Pentacles can't do that. Can't do that unless you let them make that journey and not stand in between it. Because there's a beautiful transformation happening. Okay? Beautiful transformation happening. You've wanted somebody that you could depend on, right? You've manifested it. So now let them, you know, handle some of the stuff so that you can depend on them. All right, my darlings? That was a powerful reading. And I hope none of you took it in like a offended way, because it was not in any way meant that way. I love Pisces. I do. The majority of my close friends in my life have been Pisces. So, you know, I'm just saying, like, just in a very loved way. You guys have very big hearts. And when you love people, you want to protect them. You want to guide them. You want to help them. But this is a case or a situation where you need to allow this person to have their journey and to grow and to step up and to be the person who can be your rock and who can be there and who can help you. All right, my darlings. I thank you so very much for watching. I thank you so very much for liking, sharing, commenting. Be sure to check out your moon, sun, and rising sign videos. It'll give you a little extra information for your specific energy. If you would like a private reading, I'm more than happy to do that for you. I have a link in the description that will take you to my online calendar so that you can schedule. Also, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Check out the weekly forecasts, because every single week I do a video for each zodiac sign where I go over, like, you know, career life, you know, money, spirituality, spiritual growth, all of that wonderful stuff. So if you check that out, you know, you're going to be able to get some info there on other areas of life, not just love life. So be sure to check out those videos as well. All right, my darlings, I thank you so very much for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, as I said, and I appreciate you, and I hope you have an amazing April.